What's really going on here?
Le'Veon Bell is being incredibly betrayed by the Pittsburgh Steelers as an organization. I'm not talking about GM Kevin Colbert. I'm not talking about Coach Mike Tomlin. I'm talking about the players inside that locker room. I'm talking about the fan base in the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What we're witnessing is an act of betrayal. There is no way around this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because of the narrative that's being played. If you listen to football aficionados, Max, if you listen to football people talk, again, I'm not talking about Tomlin. Tomlin's coaching the team. He's doing his job. He's got to keep them focused, okay? You got to win football games. Same thing with the GM. Same thing with the organization. This is business. But when you look at players, and everybody wants to point to how Le'Veon Bell said he was going to show up Wednesday before game one. He didn't show up. So all of a sudden the gloves come off and what have you. That's utterly ridiculous. Football players themselves have religiously lamented how the business of football doesn't favor them. They've lamented the collective bargaining agreement. Mm-hmm. They've lamented the fact that the league signed a 10-year deal with no out. How you, as an owner or a team, you've got a right to minimize, diminish, restructure, waive, cut, etc. And they talk about all of these things that are not to the benefit of the players. So by all means, get your money. Now, I know everybody's going to sit up there and say, okay, but once you didn't reach an agreement and they franchise tagged you, you got to make a decision. Keep in mind that when Le'Veon Bell is missing games right now, it's costing them in excess of $855,000
almost $1 million a game.
Oh, it's almost $1 million a game. He's costing himself that. Yeah. So obviously he's got to prioritize being healthy. He's got a lot of things on his mind. This is a guy that once wrecked and ravaged his knee in the past. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of things to take into consideration. What are we talking about here? And why do I go to act of betrayal, Max? It's very simple. Now people are starting to talk about, well, you got to remember, he got injured in the past. You got to remember, he got suspended in the past. How reliable is he? Now they're starting to talk about this stuff. They ain't talking about the brother that's been arguably the best back in football over the last 3 years. They ain't talking about this brother that shows up. This brother is special, okay? They're not talking about the 406 touches that he had last year, 321 carries, 85 receptions. We ain't even get into the amount of times he's targeted. This dude is making the argument that not only am I the best running back in football, but I'm one of the top receivers because I was the second leading receiver on the Pittsburgh Steelers behind